At a time when there is a healthy debate over the vaccines, over data, over clinical trials, and the two recent approvals to two vaccines, one of them Indian, politics over the vaccines has exploded and is continuing and intensifying. Vaccine politics continues to rage on, and one is left wondering, is this really opposition leaders trying to hold the government accountable by asking constructive questions, or, as is the case in some of these leaders, petty point scoring because it's Prime Minister Modi at the receiving end?
India's vaccine rollout is likely from January 13th. As the country gears up for one of the biggest inoculation drives the world has seen, politics has exploded once again. From Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav to various Congress leaders, the opposition has targeted the BJP-led central government over the vaccine. Congress leader Manish Tiwari has raised concerns over the approval to Bharat Biotech's COVID-19 vaccine for restricted use, saying it is premature and can prove dangerous. Another Congress leader dared the Prime Minister to take the first shot of the vaccine.
Who is going to get himself vaccinated with a vaccine where there are question marks on its reliability? In their quest to prove self-reliance, the Atmanirbhar Bharat, they have gone ahead and licensed a vaccine whose phase 3 trials are not complete.
Let the entire top brass of the nation take the first shot, tell that it's after 28 days, let them come out and say that we feel fine or whatever it is. Let that also be quantified, right?
The BJP has accused the opposition of spreading rumors, calling it an insult to the entire scientific and medical fraternity.
तरह कांग्रेस के नेता, जिस तरह सपा के नेता, जिस तरह की भाषा बोल रहे हैं, जिस तरह की जबान बोल रहे हैं, लोकतंत्र में बोलने की आजादी है, लेकिन क्या विपक्ष में रहने का मतलब है सिर्फ गुमराह करना, हर चीज का विरोध करना?
दो प्रजाति बहुत परेशान है वैक्सीन आने के बाद। कोरोना वायरस बहुत परेशान है और कांग्रेस पार्टी बहुत परेशान है। जहां तक कांग्रेस का सवाल है, समय समय पर हमने कांग्रेस को म्यूटेंट वैरायटी में बदलते हुए देखा है। ये कांग्रेस का म्यूटेशन होते रहता है।
As politics continues over the vaccine, there are real fears that the fight between the centre and the opposition could make people wary of taking the vaccine. Vaccine is one issue, best left to the scientists and experts. With Milan Sharma, Bureau Report, India Today.
There have been doctors and experts who have demanded more data, who've had constructive criticism, about the vaccine approvals, and have demanded and asked for more information to support the reasons why these approvals have been given in this manner. And there are certain opposition leaders who've made it about trying to embarrass Prime Minister Modi personally, saying Modi should take the first shot. They're going on and on and on saying it. It makes it seem like it's more about personal point scoring than constructive opposition accountability. Joining me live now, Sanjay Jha is a political analyst until recently with the Congress party. Gopal Krishna Agarwal is with the BJP, and Syed Asad Abbas is a political analyst, but he has a view that is against the government and the BJP on this particular issue. We invited the Congress party, I should tell you, full disclosure, they declined to be part of this debate. Go figure. Sanjay, I want to start with you because I'd like to quote a tweet that you put out a few days ago, Sanjay, where you said, I find the campaign against Bharat Biotech's Covaxin quite ridiculous. Mr. Modi's government is not crazy to endanger lives of its own people through rash experimentation. Can we trust our bureaucracy, doctors, scientists, R&D more, please? If not, our politicians. That appears to have gone straight out the window, Sanjay, because Neta after Neta from your former party are out making this about the Prime Minister personally. That this is about his personal drive, his pet project, and this vaccine is about him, his personality, and therefore he should take the vaccine first.
Well, Shiv, let me be very honest. I think my party's obsession with Mr. Narendra Modi is now reaching a very pathological level. I think we need to be very, very cognizant of the reality that India has had over 10 million cases. It's second highest in the world after the United States.
Yeah.
Over 147,000 Indians have died. Now the government of the day, Mr. Modi's government, has a massive, humongous responsibility to ensure that we put an end to this, maddening experience of last year's shape. I think all of us have realized what a nightmarish, hellish experience it has been. And we need to back the government. This is not the time for us to be cynical and skeptical about everything. This is not the time for brownie points. That's the reason why I wrote that tweet. I mean, who in their right senses believes that Mr. Modi's government will commit political suicide by pushing out a vaccine that is going to result in more human casualties? I mean, it's a bizarre concept. And I honestly believe that my party colleagues here are demonstrating political, immaturity because the people of India are watching. And I do believe at the end of the day that, in the hurry to put an end to the pandemic, we need to be putting out all our muscle and our energy and our direction towards the correct final purpose. Now, if you have the vaccines in place, the economy will boom back and all of us will go back to living a happy life. I think criticizing Mr. Modi and the BJP in this case is a monumental disaster politically that the Congress is committing.
Political immaturity, a monumental disaster. I would go a little further and say it is, a delusion of a grand scale. For something that doesn't deserve any measure of cynicism, when all in this country need to come together on such an important issue. Syed, if the Congress was here, I would have asked them, is there no topic in this country that you will not use to take a very personal pot shot at Modi? I can imagine if the Congress party, and they would be right, if the Congress party and its leaders said, there isn't enough data to support this for such an important rollout. I think more data should be released by the government. That would be understandable and that would be constructive. Here you have people like Priyank Kharge and Manish Tiwari and all of these, otherwise respectable netas making this personally about Prime Minister Modi, saying, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Why doesn't he take the shot first? It's downright horrible the way they're behaving, Syed.
Sure, certainly Mr. Sanjay Jha, former Congress, very eloquent spokesperson, I must say. He's made certain valid points. But let me filter this on a larger level. There are two kinds of people here, Shivaru Saab. One is the likes of Jairam Ramesh, there is a Shashi Tharoor, and the others from the Congress side. Then there is a Samajwadi Party side, which is of Akhilesh Yadav and his league. What did Akhilesh Yadav say?
Less said the better about the Samajwadi Party.
Also, a party member of his dispensation said, "Arey, ye to impotency. This leads to impotency." These two claims are undoubtedly absolutely frivolous, uncalled for.
No, but what about the pot shot against the Prime Minister? I'm not defending the Prime Minister here. Please remember, I am simply saying, why use this vaccine issue, which is not an issue where we should be playing politics, to score personal points against Modi? It's ridiculous, Syed.
Shiv Saab, yes, you've raised a right question. I will answer it to you directly. A Shashi Tharoor and a Jairam Ramesh, what they have asked, certainly I would ask the same question. Many of my brethren and friends would ask the same question. Why the rush? Why not let all the trials come through? Why not have the phase 3 trial? So this is a question not just the Congressmen are asking, but also
Syed,
the people on the ground
that is not what they're asking. That is not what they're asking. That's the point. What you're asking is a constructive question.
But again, when they bring out a question that why not Modi ji take the first shot? Why not? He's the captain of the ship.
He may well do that, but that's not the point. He may well do that, but is that the point?
The COVID workers are the first ones to get the ship. 3 crore from the
BJP,
doctors,
Sanjay Jha knows this. Sanjay Jha knows this. Most people in politics know this. When you take these silly political snipes at Modi, usually the BJP benefits from it. Gopal Agarwal, I know you may not agree with me on that topic, but how does the BJP feel about leader after leader in the opposition either putting their foot in their mouth and saying BJP vaccine, or saying things like Prime Minister Modi should take the first shot? Knowing Prime Minister Modi, he probably will. But it is unseemly and quite vulgar to see leader after leader saying, tell Prime Minister to take the first shot.
That, Shiv, is the most important part here, because we all know, as far as BJP is concerned, that these kinds of statements are not going to hurt either the Prime Minister or the BJP. What it shows is the complete bankruptcy in the opposition.
It is bankruptcy.
Intellectual bankruptcy among them. And it is highly deplorable is one thing. Public have completely deplored the opposition leaders is another important thing. But intellectual bankruptcy, which is arising out of complete frustration.
Yeah.
The frustration and the thing of psychophancy which Congress leaders are showing itself shows that they have lost every will to serve this country. But they are demeaning every institution in their political interest to fulfill their
Sanjay has been a spokesperson of the Congress party, so this is something he is intimately aware about. The way the party line works, the way some of these leaders speak, and these are not small fry, Sanjay. There's some well-known big leaders, Manish Tiwari, Priyank Kharge, etc. They're all elected representatives. What is it that makes them so delusional about converting what could be constructive criticism into obviously self-defeating, cynical political point scoring?
Well, Shiv, I don't think many of them actually read the fact that this entire Bharat Biotech initiative has got the backing of the Indian Council of Medical Research.
Yes.
That the NIV is actually backing the same. Now, these are your premier institutions. Now, we can't be winning them. I mean, at this point of time, you can say that I'm going to criticize Mr. Modi to score a political point.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't agree with that either. Because at this point of time, I think we need to be bipartisan. We need to rise beyond this petty parochial politics. But let's assume the Congress did that. You're actually ending up mocking the scientists. You're mocking the very experts who have helped contain what has been a very dangerous pathogen. And, I want to tell you this very honestly, that, this was not an event. This was not an event that anybody had planned for. Whether Boris Johnson or Donald Trump or Narendra Modi as Prime Minister of India, nobody was prepared for what happened.
Yeah.
Now, I am happy to see that the BJP hasn't gone to town and said, we inherited this terrible public health infrastructure, which we got from previous Congress governments, because this is not the time for such a petty conversation. I'm honestly very disappointed with my political colleagues for
Syed,
shooting themselves in the feet.
Shiv, one point more I want to say.
I'll just come to you, Gopal. Syed, it appears from what Sanjay is saying, and see, Sanjay comes from a place where he has seen this up close. Nobody's been closer to the Congress line than Sanjay has. The fact here is some of these leaders are so eager, so enthusiastic to score some kind of shot at the Prime Minister, personally speaking, not the institution of the Prime Minister, but Narendra Modi as a personality, that they are damaging bureaucracies, institutions, and as Sanjay rightly said, Syed, even the scientists, all of that is being criticized in this effort to score a point against Modi.
Certainly, Shivaru Saab, I think you've actually summarized well. I certainly concede to you on one point which you have made here. But there is also a point which our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji has said. Criticism and opposition is the backbone of the democracy.
Oh, the BJP loves it. The BJP loves it, Syed. You and I both know that.
The rightful questions coming into play is of Shashi Tharoor. And let me just take 10 seconds and read out what Jairam Ramesh said. Bharat Biotech is a first-rate enterprise, but it is puzzling that internationally accepted protocols relating to phase 3 trials are being modified for Covaxin. A question raised to Dr. Harshvardhan, for which he called it to be disgraceful. What is disgraceful in this tweet of Mr. Jairam Ramesh? What is disgraceful in the rightful question raised by Dr.
First of all, I don't think constructive questions are disgraceful at all. I think any question that is graciously asked, with an intention to get more information is not disgraceful. Gopal, but there is a huge difference between a question that seeks information and a question that seeks to score political points against the Prime Minister. Personal points.
We accept that whatever critical questions opposition has or Congress has, they have to be answered, and Biotech MD had in detailed press conference tried to answer them. And we should also accept here what are the facts. I just want to bring to your notice through you to the public is that nobody is denying that this is the third phase of trial. More than 22,000 people have been vaccinated and tried on this under this trial, and it is much more higher than what international level certain vaccinations have been passed. Even WHO has appreciated the effort of this India
and so has Bill
vaccine.
Gates.
And one thing last I want to mention here is what Rahul Gandhi ji said, that why the world is going ahead with the vaccination programs and coming out with vaccines.
Well,
they have come out with vaccines.
I don't even want to bring Rahul Gandhi in on this particular thing because, when we bring up Rahul Gandhi, the Congress says he's not the president. Finish your point.
Last point I want to say. Suppose, now take the other hypothetical question. If Modi ji would have announced that I will take the first vaccine, then what their communication would have been?
So he's taking it first and denying it to everyone else. I know, of course. Absolutely.
So that is the way they talk about it.
Look, I'm not going to be immature and say, politics is not politics. This is a noisy, vibrant democracy. People will, of course, take personal pot shots, especially when there are strong personalities. But this is Sanjay, I think the point you want to make is this is an issue where you need to leave that stuff out. We can't afford to have delays and distractions and disunity on such an issue when it concerns millions of lives in this country.
Absolutely, Shiv. And once again, I think the Congress leaders here, wonderful colleagues of mine, I think they're very well intentioned, but they perhaps have missed the woods for the trees, did not read the fine print. At all points, it was stated categorically that this is going to be treated like a clinical trial anyway. This will be, in any case, treated with the same sensitivity that you're going to have people doing in the phase 3. So, one needs to recognize that, they have been fairly honest in their disclosure that this will be used as a backup. They have even said that pending, obviously, the disclosures that will be made after the trial 3. And for anyone to assume that on a vaccine fighting the coronavirus, you will have actually authorizations to vaccinate people being done in a casual manner is by itself, in my opinion, a very myopic thinking, is out of prejudice and a very petty bias. And this is not good politics. I can understand criticizing Mr. Modi's government on maybe a disrupted economy, humanitarian crisis for the migrants.
Syed, it's the same point. It's not based on facts. It's not based on logic. It's based on personal point scoring. Sanjay Jha says that. He says that this is, these leaders are unable to look beyond, what they see as an opportunity to attack Prime Minister Modi. So everything else is a blur for them.
Shiv Saab, let me be honest. Let me be very honest to you here, and also put this point across to my good friend Sanjay Jha ji and Gopal Krishna Agarwal Sahab, that, sir, respected sirs, your leaders of your party have not been too far behind, sir. What kind of a comparison is it when your national spokesperson Sambit Patra equates the coronavirus or the to Congress party, saying both are jealous of the vaccine, both mutate itself accordingly. So, sir, many of your leaders have said Gau Gobar, Gau Mutra treats better than a vaccine.
Those are distasteful comments, Syed. Come on. It's not the same thing. Here we're talking literally about something that concerns the health and the lives of people. Distasteful, awful, disgraceful comments have been made by the BJP and the Congress. Nobody is going to deny that.
Yes, absolutely. What I'm trying to say, Shiv Saab,
I'm coming to you, Gopal.
Yes,
Let me finish.
I'm glad that we agree on the front that there needs to be a constructive criticism. Certainly, yes. I think we admit to that point, sir. But honestly, both the political parties have been at loggerheads at each other and playing the dirtiest of politics, undoubtedly. So if we reason out with certain leaders of the Congress, like
but the thing is,
one important factor is different.
I agree with Sanjay on this point. Look, I think the opposition should bash the government relentlessly for accountability, for course correction on issues where questions need to be asked. On this particular issue, questions do need to be asked. I agree with that. But the way the comments are coming out from certain leaders, and I wouldn't be holding this show, Gopal Krishna Agarwal, if these leaders were some fringe elements or some small fry or some NSUI guys. These are big, respected leaders. Manish Tiwari is a fantastic gentleman. Priyank Kharge is a respected elected representative. When people like these come forward and talk, the public is watching, Gopal Krishna Agarwal.
The important thing is that Congress has every right to criticize BJP or the government,
and it must.
etc. But what they are doing is they are completely demeaning the institutions. And this is, I don't agree that this is a democracy. This is politics. This is not politics. This is completely denouncing the national interest. And completely what they are doing is diverting and misleading the people of the country, because they are senior leaders. If they talk in this language, definitely it will impact the people, and they will create much more confusion. When the facts clearly say that even Bharat Biotech vaccine is a deactivated virus, so they are completely ignoring these facts. So the thing is, are their statement not affecting the common man?
No, this
is. Are they not confusing them?
This is
and
some of the things
harm their interest.
Some of the things we see being said, of course, at a much lower voltage, reminds me a bit about the entire Rafale controversy. You would see many things being said, allegations being put out, and whenever there were, concrete rebuttals or, counters from the government, it didn't really matter because the narrative needed to be kept on. Sanjay, I want to ask you, looking back now on this particular issue, and I'm sure that, even through vaccine season, some of these comments will come out. Is it an indication or a reflection of the disarray within the Congress that they can't really sort of differentiate between the issues where they should be taking these direct attacks at the Prime Minister, and rightly so, and those where, even their own base and the public will be looking at them and saying, what are you doing?
Well, let me tell you, I think the very fact that the Prime Minister today is influencing the Bihar elections tells you that his personal credibility is at a skyrocketing high. And, I follow politics very closely.
Yeah.
Donald Trump lost the election shift because of the coronavirus. India, Mr. Modi has strengthened his, shall we say, his foundational base, his reputation of being a reliable leader who rises in the hour of crisis, and taken it to another level altogether. This is a message for the opposition, that you cannot do these ad hominem criticisms of Mr. Modi.
Yeah.
Focus on the issues. There are many, and I think they need to be contested. That's exactly what democracy is all about. But, at the end of the day, when Syed mentioned a little earlier, what's the rush? Well, let me tell you, there is a very
There's a big rush. Yeah, I'm surprised
rush.
he asked
There's a big rush. There
Even the Congress is saying that why vaccine has not come earlier.
There are contradictions. I didn't want to get into that because then if we get into the contradictions, this will be a 2-hour show. The point is, this is an issue. I will even concede that this is an issue where questions can be asked. Who said questions shouldn't be asked? But for ad hominems to take place at a time like this, some things should be sacred. At the end of the day, we can't keep saying democracy hai, acha hai, ye hai, wo hai, and let this go. Because at the end of the day, this is about public faith. This is about public confidence. When you have eloquent, respected elected representatives casting aspersions in this way, we don't know how many people are going to be thinking twice about taking that vaccine. I think that's the point. I'm completely out of time, but appreciate you gentlemen joining me here on India First. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.